Greetings, salutations, everybody. Anthony here from Anthony Around Town, brought to you by the Hilton Garden Inn, the Garden Grill and Bar located in the Hilton Garden Inn, Iron Horse RV Resorts, and Elko's Relay for Life. We're here in front of the Northeastern Nevada Museum because we just want to learn a little bit about Elko history today. And I believe there's somebody in here who can help us out with that, somebody perfect for giving us the knowledge we need to look back at our past. We're always talking to some cool people in town who do great things to progress the future of Elko, but we just want to pause and look at the coolness of how we got to where we are as a community. So let's go inside and let's see if she's there. All right, so we're here inside of the museum now with Toni Mendive. She is the resident archivist here at the museum. Mm-hmm. So first, before we talk about what an archivist is, why don't you tell us a little bit about how you got in that position in the first place?
Well, it was totally by accident.
Okay.
The museum advertised for an archivist, and I wasn't really doing anything at the moment.
Yeah.
And so I put in for it, and I did not get hired.
Okay.
And then about a year later, the director at the time called me back and said, "Are you still interested in this job?" And I said, "Well, sure." And so there I am, and I came here and became an archivist because I was not one before.
Right. You mentioned when we first got here, you were doing ranching before?
Yeah, I was married to my husband Raymond for 46 years, and we had a ranch up by Wild Horse on the Gold Creek Road, and we sold that in 2000 and moved close to town here, and yeah, it was just totally by accident. And my only qualification at the time for being an archivist was that I was old, and I'd been here for a long time and knew people, and I was organized.
Okay.
And they needed an organizer here for a lot of the stuff that is here.
Yeah.
A lot of the cool stuff.
Yeah.
And so I came to work here in May of 2005. And just dug in, and it was kind of overwhelming at first.
Yeah.
Because there were so many things to do, and it was not organized at the time. But I just thought it's like eating an elephant. You just one bite at a time to start, and every day was something got done. And then I had a couple of really cool volunteers, one of which ended up working here until they moved away, but it helped, and so we got like 50,000 photographs.
Wow.
Documented, scanned, and cataloged, and among other things. I'm an archivist here anyway, takes care of all the paper, film, books, photographs, manuscripts, all that kind of stuff, and people come here to do research, genealogy, all that kind of stuff, and everything here is available to the public for usage.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. And that's neat that you describe a little bit about what an archivist is, because when I was contacting you, for some reason I read archaeologist like 3 or 4 times. And so like archaeologist, thinking dinosaurs, Indiana Jones, all that stuff. But then I reread, I was like, no, archivist. So you're first archivist I've ever met. So for people like me, sure there's people who are watching this video, you basically keep a track of a lot of records, a lot of the archives, probably hence the word. So explain like day to day. So say I come in looking for information, how specifically do you help me find what I'm looking for?
The first thing is that we only have what people have given us.
Okay.
But we have all the newspapers, either bound volumes or on microfilm from 1869.
Oh wow.
Until today.
Okay.
And a lot of them are indexed. So if you come in and looking for somebody, we can look up their name in a different number of places and see what we have for you to read newspapers. Yeah. Look at photographs. All the photographs are scanned and kind of categorized. And so, like, if you came in and we found a picture in our software that had your first name and you want to know about all the Anthonys in here, if they are identified, then I know right where to find them.
Interesting. Okay.
And we have a lot of documents and manuscripts and things like that people like to come and look at. Oral histories.
Yeah.
We're in the oral history business. We're trying to get oral histories from people that have been around for a while. And we have a full research library. I say full, but it's a research library where people can come in and read the books that we have there. We're always adding to it, and we're always keeping things up to date.
Yes.
Always keeping them up to date.
Wonderful. So you mentioned that you've been here since 2005, and as you said, that's about 14 years. You said May, it's March now. So yeah, you're a couple months away from your anniversary.
Right, yeah.
So I'm assuming being here for over a decade, you might have some interesting stories or interesting tales you'd like to maybe share with us.
You know, this is not the highest paying job in Elko County. Let me tell you that first off. But the rewards are wonderful.
Okay.
And my favorite story of 2018 was that in 2016 I got an email from somebody looking to find something out about their long lost uncle who left Ireland in the early part of the 20th century. And her dad always said, I wonder what happened to Uncle Hugh. I wonder what happened to Uncle Hugh. And her father had passed away a couple of years before, so she decided she was going to find out what happened to Uncle Hugh. Okay. She got in touch with me by email through our website, and I found information on him. And Jan Peterson helped me find where he was buried because she's the city sextant. Yeah. So she knew right where he was buried. Okay. And I gathered that information up and I emailed it back to her. And they were absolutely thrilled. That's amazing. And touched. And last year, they came here. Oh. They came here from Ireland, halfway around the world. Oh my gosh, nice. To put the final touches on Uncle Hugh's thing. They found his grave. They put a grave marker on it because there wasn't one. Okay. They had one made and put on it. Yeah. They went to St. Joseph's Church and had mass said for him. Yeah. And I found somebody else to take them to Jarbidge, where he was a miner in Jarbidge, and they knew that. So they had a trip to Jarbidge, and they stayed overnight. They ran into a cattle drive at North Fork, and they were ecstatic. They thought that only happened in the movies. They didn't know it was still going on in the American West, and they were ecstatic. Yeah. And anyway, they're my new friends. Will always stay in touch. We just connected so well, and I just felt so good because that's, besides preservation of Elko area's history, right, I'm here to help people find out about their history. Exactly. And I did for them, and they can close the books on Uncle Hugh now, and they were just so grateful. And so, I mean, they traveled halfway across the world to do that. And they said they're coming back in 2 years with more families, so we'll see. Gosh. That would be great. Wonderful. You know, that's even for me, that's just really fascinating because, you know, here, Anthony Around Town, we're always talking to people, which is good, who are doing cool things to progress the community, to look forward to the future, but it's just easy to forget how essential our history is, especially as far as who we are as a community. Yeah. And somebody comes in here every day saying, I wished I'd asked my grandfather more questions. I wish I'd listened when he told me his stories. Yeah. And eventually everybody reaches that point in their life, and then they want to know, and then they come to me. If I have anything, you know, I mean, we do our best. Sometimes we can't find what people are looking for, and I say, well, the bad news is we didn't find anything.
Yeah.
The good news is there's no skeletons in the closet. So that's how I just treat the job. But we do the very best we can
Wonderful.
to help anybody or anything. I mean, even the local paper comes here for
Okay.
information and
Yeah.
photographs and yeah.
Good stuff. Well, thank you for what you're doing for the community, and not even just the
Absolutely.
community, I guess, for the world.
Oh yeah,
If you think about it.
I said goodbye to a couple from Winnemucca here
Yeah.
that spent yesterday and this morning here doing research on
Wonderful.
some Nevadans that they're pretty proud of. So
Perfect. Well, we appreciate you having
absolutely
some time to take to talk to us
Absolutely.
today. All right, everybody. We were just here hanging out at the museum with Toni and Mendive. If you have any questions about history, sure, they can just come talk to you, right?
Yeah,
What's the
absolutely.
best way to get a hold of you? Just do email?
Call the email
Okay.
archives at themuseumelko.org or call the museum and they'll track me down somewhere.
Wonderful. All right, do it. And for the meantime, if you like the video you saw here and you want to stay up to date on all the content coming out from Anthony Around Town, just make sure you hit that subscribe button at the bottom of this page, or check out anthonyaroundtown.com for great articles and features coming out every single week. Until next time, I'm Anthony Crosby. We'll see you around, Elko.